Hey YouTube.
Hey YouTube.
Merry Christmas, maybe, don't know, video might not work.
Which one?
Yeah, I was alone. I was alone. I feel the dark. I clearly know none of the words that are in the song.
We're in the wrong key.
But I don't know, I definitely.
Is that red light thing in it? Is that red light?
Oh. Okay, yeah. Very ending. Nice buzz. I got the FD, I don't know. It sounded very good when we were chatting about it. I go. As he lost his mind, can we see or is he blind? Every close of blade fills his victims full of dread. Nobody loves him, he just turns away. The problem with that song is I remember we'd done that in the band a few times.
It worked earlier on, just
Yes, but I clicked into proper arrangement because we were playing at the band before I was a part of. That was like with a red light on. It was like, oh yeah, I remember this now.
yeah.
Played this before.
So what?
Yeah, so I don't know. There's not much going on. So
Sexy.
So
What's it called again?
it's got my Fernandes limited
Fernandes
edition.
Limited edition bass, and it's Phil Collins beige.
Oh, aye.
I
What's
was
it?
watching a video earlier on. It was Easy Lover.
Easy Lover with Phil Collins and some black
Phil
dude.
Collins and some black dude, and that's the Greasy Lovers.
Yeah, he's
Suit
totally
colour?
He's wearing a suit
That colour.
exactly this colour. So this is now called the Greasy Lover. No, Easy Lover.
Easy Lover.
Easy Lover. Yeah. It's not particularly greasy.
It's beige.
It's beige. And if you hold it up to the white one.
See, the thing
You
is
see-
you don't really see how beige. Oh, no, I've got it because of the
Yeah.
microphone. You don't really see how beige it is because of.
Well, it's kind of the same colour as your wall, really, isn't it? There's definitely
yeah, that's magnolia.
That's
as they
magnolia.
call it.
So it could
Yeah.
be magnolia or beige,
Yeah.
but it makes that one look green, you know, or light
Blue
blue,
or
by
something
looking
like
at
that,
this
yeah.
because that's just proper white.
This is all upgraded now as well.
That's
This has got a Seymour Duncan set in it now, which is a Jeff Beck in the bridge and a jazz in the neck. It's got. What else has it got under the hood? Vandalism.
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 Oh, I felt really guilty about that. I even heard about Eric
Vandalism.
Clapton being a right dick recently, and Scott's not a
Vandalism.
fan. So when I was inside it in the back of the
Yeah.
pickup cover,
But it's
I
got a
wrote,
treble bleed circuit
that's right. Yes.
amongst the vandalism and the 5-way switch, which is a Cortec Ibanez switch, which is really good. Yes.
Yeah.
Enough about that though. So
But I already had a good look at this, and it's good, and it's the neck on it is.
yeah, it's one of those 80s shredder basses that you can play really fast on, but it's actually excellent for doing the kind of.
It's not sounding. Playing through the black stuff. Why? It's quite Steve Harrisy. With a bit of treble on it.
Yeah. It's got that kind of nasally, clacky thing going on. Yeah. Almost forgives it for being beige.
I've decided I like the beige. It's getting kept. Yeah, so we're just best about that. I've actually bought a guitar up. Joe's got that.
It's doing that thing it was doing last night.
Is that? I'm just getting a wee bit sceptical with Val Barks wondering if it's... No way I can play Back Dog. You're on E?
You're on key.
A. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
But I can't stand what I can't do.
What
That
they call that?
pregnant woman's gonna take my spill.
Yeah.
Probably that's really difficult to play in a band. I don't know, I've never played it in a band.
The timing's difficult.
It's got a funny timing to
It's
it.
the timing. You've got to have a real good lock-in between your bass player and your drummer on that one.
Yeah.
And you've all got to kind of
Just
practice that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one I practice.
The other one we've played it before is rock and roll. It's just that trying to do the intro is just a case of
Best guess.
yeah, it's just it's a
Just all falling at the one time.
it's just like
It's
I'm
like a chaos starts there. Yeah.
sure it's countable, but
Yeah. But the upgrades to this guitar have been phenomenal. What a difference, I've not actually put it down since I got it back.
oh, good. There's a bass on eBay just now that it's a jazz bass, so it's been a P bass. Not really I think they stopped making the P bass a few years ago, so it might have to be
Yeah.
3 years ago or something like that.
Sorry, just getting back into this again.
Yeah.
So beige.
Beige, but loving it.
Yeah. What's in the bag, by the way?
What's in the bag? Yes.
You brought a bag.
I brought a bag with a guitar in it. Right, you see?
Hours
Hours.
ago, and we
Said
had
no, you're not opening it, and you went.
I had an accident in the middle. He picked up the wrong roll up from the ashtray, and that was him for about an hour. Honestly.
I remember the Matrix Revolutions or whatever it was called.
He was there and then he was gone.
Yeah, just have you seen this before?
Oh, I'm seeing it.
I've got you
No way to put guitars in this house is the problem. What's that? It's a Grant, it's a red thing. It's a 70s red thing, isn't it?
85 is what we're thinking about that, yeah. It's kind of weird though, eh?
It's got that 70s vibe though. I like the neck actually, it's a weird, it's almost there.
Like a 3-piece.
It's a 3-piece neck with a volute.
These things are interesting though, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a decent bit of maple as well. With a volute and some
Grover tuners, I would imagine. Are they cheaper, Grover tuners?
Grover-esque tuners.
Not Grover, Gotor.
Goto-esque.
Ah, you think so?
Yeah. I like this is the bit kind of sharp points. It's like a nice. What does it do?
It does 2 volumes and a coil split for both of them.
Feels really small because I've been playing something that's got a Strat.
Right.
That Strat, this is definitely a Gibson.
Yeah.
Gibson.
It's to do with the shape of where this bit here is, where the curvy bit sits in your leg.
Also,
It's sitting further, it's sitting there instead of here.
it sits on your lap like a Gibson.
Yeah.
Feels a bit like a Gibson. What strings are these?
Hmm?
What string?
They'll be elixirs, but they'll be old ones. Dirty switch.
Huh?
And a dirty switch.
No, it was just it's a really sensitive contact. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, so I was actually wondering if you remembered the shop.
Grants? Yeah.
That's for the
So it's
soap.
their own brand.
Yeah.
I remember seeing these back in the day. It's a good alternative to like Gibsons and Washburns and all of the sort of slightly more expensive guitars. But they've done these, and I remember they've done a Grant everything.
They did do Grant everything. It's just that model in particular is like it's very different from the Les Paul copies that you always see.
That's what I mean. The Les Pauls and Strats, and the Strats were always made out of that plywood stuff that was you could see it basically on the contours. So were the Les Pauls, but they were always more covered up.
Yeah.
And they always weighed a ton.
Yeah.
Which this doesn't.
I think it's got nothing to do with the.
I don't think it's made out of plywood either, is it?
I don't think so, no.
And it's strung through like a Telecaster.
Yeah. I think we're looking it up in me and my pal Wayne. I've got a couple of those, and it's trying to work out what it is.
It looks like brass.
It's a Washburn. It's the same, but Bridget's on a Washburn Raven.
And they look like brass, are they?
Well, yeah. And the pickups are pretty much, I think, the Ibanez Super 70s. You know,
kind of that kind of thing, yeah.
Definitely.
This feels very high quality. That's what it feels like. It feels like an Ibanez kind of almost.
Is it an Ibanez artist? It's maybe a sort of copy of.
Maybe. But it feels it's definitely get from the Gibson family though because of the squatness of it.
Yeah. I thought it was an interesting one. I've got a couple of. I've got one that's only one pickup and a tremolo, and I've got one that's the same as that. That when you're on both pickups.
Yeah. Doing weird things.
Did nothing with it. That'd be humbucker.
Very chimey. So it's
Chimey pedal.
chimey. It's weird when you've had reverb on, you switch it off and there's nothing.
Nothing.
Dead.
Dead.
Which is a point I'm trying to make out. It's very quiet.
Yeah. You're doing well. I can actually hear the blacks there.
That's a nice neck, isn't it? Monster won't make it any better.
It just helps deal with the pain. It doesn't solve the issue. Just kicks the bucket down the road.
Well, do you know what? It's very Gibson. Which was very Ibanez artistry really back in the day.
I'm sure there's an Ibanez, maybe a bit like an Aria Pro, maybe a bit like that as well. Kind of like the late 70s one though. This is.
It's weird when you see it. When I'm looking at it, 'cause it doesn't feel like it should look like that. It feels like it should be a Les Paul.
Right.
Just by the length of it.
I'd never.
The short headstock and stuff. Yeah.
I've never really looked at it as being particularly Gibson. I think it's Fender scale.
What?
I think it's Fender scale. I think it's just 5.5 scale.
There's a measuring device.
Is that a measuring device? Well, see, as I said, what I thought, then well, obviously I'll be wrong. So
All kinds of measuring devices.
Oh, it could be 25, couldn't it? Not 25.5. It's Fender scale.
Fender scale.
Fender scale.
Doesn't feel Fender scale. Not when you're sitting with it in your lap. It's like that in your lap, right?
Yeah, totally. You got so much more here. I think maybe it's just because there's more here.
Even if your positioning, you feel kind of as if you're quite in. What?
I ever play guitar?
See what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's tiny, right? It even looks smaller.
Yeah. I don't think it is particularly small, but it does seem.
It can't be if it's the same scale length. Is that what we're suggesting? It's the same scale length?
Yep.
What would you say? Is it a thin neck or a thick neck?
I would say it's actually quite like the neck on my Gibson SG.
Why don't you try some of those fancy calipers on it?
Or do the calipers? They'll tell you the thickness. I don't know.
I'll tell you the width.
I'll tell you. Right, okay. Yeah, I will need to buy myself a set of calipers.
Feels very
£3 well spent.
It's all going very trolley. Yeah, £3 well spent.
£3.
I've measured nearly everything.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
So, I don't know, you go for nut width, but we know that's going to be 42, isn't it?
Is it
No,
though?
no,
Is
no,
it though?
not in inches, it'll be in millimetres.
Is
Well,
it
nuts
though?
are always 42, aren't they? 41 and a half. 41.6, 41.7, I'm going to say it.
So what's this one in comparison, would you say?
Haha. Technological 41.5.
For the same width?
Same word. Thickness at the, well, we're comparing it to a Fujigen, but there you go. So this is just the top of the strings on it. Do you put it? You put it?
Just in the first fret, basically.
Yeah, I'm trying to switch it down. 22.9 millimeters on the first fret. 22.3 millimeters on the. Yes, it doesn't really tell you the.
Feel of it, the carve. This is getting more.
It's not. It's not that different.
It's not, is it?
It's not. It's not miles away. It's kind of.
No.
It's more Gibson-y. It's kind of.
It feels like you've got a Gibson in your lap. If you didn't, that was the confusing thing. When this is sitting there, you'd have to look to feel Strat.
Yeah.
With the length of it and stuff like that. With that one, it feels very confusing. I love the sound of it though. What's the feel? Whose guitar is this?
Mine.
Yours?
Huh?
What, is this a recent acquisition?
No, I've had this for a while. I've got 3 of them. This is the one that my pal. There's a story behind the original one, which is just got one pickup and a trem, but it's this guitar, and
So what did they go for? We will not talk how much you paid for it. What did they go for?
well, the last one I saw was a bass. It was the blue one. There's
Right.
blue, silver, and red.
Right.
There was a bass. It was fretless.
Yeah.
And I thought I really want a fretless bass, but I need to have the blue bass because I've got the silver and the red.
Yeah.
And it went for 400 odd quid. It was like, what? I was sitting on 120 quid like that. Right, I'm going to get this. Nobody knows what this is. And I'm like, all right.
So that. I was going to say, is that a sleeper? It's not then, is it? It's quite inexpensive.
Well, I don't know if you can find. What do you call it though? It doesn't have a name.
3 of these. You get 3 of these.
Jeez, aye. Well, I've got this one, and I've got one exactly this colour, but with one pickup and a strap bridge, and I've got the silver one, which looks amazing, which is one pickup as well. This is actually my pal Wayne bought this, just gave it to me because, as I said,
as a kid, I didn't fancy them. I used to see them quite often, the Grant guitars, because of the shop.
yeah, but this shape.
Not that shape. It was always Les Pauls. And
Yeah,
stuff, and
but I
always
think
kinda gave
this
them
shape's a
pretty
different one.
wide-
I think this came in as like we've got a pallet of cheap guitars from 3 years ago that nobody's bought. Do you want
quite
to
annoying, isn't it?
do a wee bit of wheeling dealing, and we'll sell you a whole
Bunch of them.
bunch of them? I don't know where they're made. Made in Japan, but I mean,
It's well made though. You can tell by the neck.
mhm.
3-ply with a velour.
Yeah, that's very Area Pro, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? That kind of nice scooped neck there.
Yeah. It's got a chip in it.
It's got a big chip in it, but still, that.
Well, you hide that with scrap. But apart from that, it's a pretty good neck.
Yeah, that's.
It's a funny guitars, isn't it? What is it? You're saying it's just like there's lots of guitars that kind of
It's
sit
the
in
kind of guitar that you would honestly walk past in a guitar shop. You've got that meh.
Yeah.
Looks very 90s.
Well, the original.
It does, even though it's an 80s guitar, it looks 70s. High end 70s, though, do you know what I mean? Looks the 70s trying to look futuristic.
Yeah. I wonder if they were. That was when they were made, and then they were.
Probably made designed then and still manufactured into the 80s.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a strange one. It's a hybrid guitar, isn't it? It's a hybrid Gibson Fender.
Yeah, I suppose Gibson type pickup. Well, these are pretty much super distortions, I think.
Yeah, so you've got your Gibson element, you've got your Telecaster element because the layout is Telecaster.
Okay, yeah. And you get
That's
single
the
coil.
switch.
You get single coil pickup, so you've got
Yeah.
Telecaster sounds.
Yeah, all you need to do is move that volume switch up in the front there, and it's Telecaster.
Let's get two. Just get two on. So you touch it. That gives you the Gibson-y thing when you're hum.
Yeah, so you've kind of got a hybrid, a proper hybrid though.
Yeah. No, they're interesting guitars.
Definitely.
There's actually one I'm going to try and sell. The other red one. Just the figures. I can have the silver one with one pickup and the red one with 2 pickups, but having the red one with 1 pickup kind of.
Highly recommended guitars.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you were just going to go like that pure hate it,
No. I like
but it's
it.
not. They are good. It's good. Maybe not your thing. That's
It's
ugly.
interesting. There's,
It's ugly.
there's elements that are fantastic. I really like the top of the neck. I like the volute and I like the way it's constructed.
It
The
seems to be quite.
carve of the neck's nice and the front of the neck's nice. It's a
Mhm.
nice, what would you call that? I'd say that's about a 9 or a 10, maybe an 11.
What, the radius?
Yeah, it's a nice comfortable radius. It's not
It's
too
not.
flat.
It's not too flat. No. It could be the 9.
It's probably got more of a radius on it than this has.
Depends whereabouts on that, though. Has it got more of a radius at the bottom?
This is the flat end, but you can definitely see it and feel it when you're playing it. It's quite comfy in the old hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just thought it was interesting. So I thought
it is.
I thought it's just to go to Scots. I'll take my base or I'll take this and I'll see
Definitely watch out for one of them myself.
Yeah. I know someone's selling one. I want a blue one. It's got to be the blue one. It's got to be a base, but I don't want the fretless base.
Yeah.
I saw one before and I didn't buy it because I thought it was pure hideous. And then actually when I started playing it, it was like, actually, there's not really anything not to like about it apart from the looks.
It's really good though. It's definitely one to add to the list. The thing is, you can't turn the camera around and just how there's nowhere to put any more guitars.
Yeah.
Almost
the joys of a flying V sitting there because it doesn't need to stand, it can just lean against the wall. That's one of the greatest.
This one of my friends bought me this. It's a Christmas gift.
I think you could.
Them. And it's 1,001 guitars. And it's got just about everything in it, and it's really going to cause me to buy a lot of guitars, I think. Because it's one of those books that you pick up and you keep going, God, I never thought of that.
Just be aware
I've got one of them.
Never played one. I was wondering if you can get one. I
came across loads that I've not got or had, and lots that I've got and had.
Stupid bad index though. I was looking up Square Hello Kitty made it into it. There you go.
But no Fernandes.
No, well, we don't know the model because it was. I didn't see any. But there's surely the Fernandes Sustainer. You can't have 1,001 guitars and not mention the Fernandes Sustainer.
What about Alvarez? Remember them? I had one of them back in the day and had a big scoop right under the neck.
An Alvarez scoop. Yeah. Somebody talked to me about that on one of the comments the other day, and it said Alvarez were the name that some West Tone took after they moved to Korea or something. Something to do with St. Louis music. I don't know.
It was quite a good guitar. It was a very typical American shredder guitar, if you know what I mean by that. The flat fretboard and
a proper super strat.
A shredder guitar. I quite like a tiny bit of a. Even although I used to be a shredder, I admit it.
Yeah. That's a classy shredder. That's like your Joe Satriani one, but from slightly more stratty than Joe Satriani. Santuni.
It's kind of, I don't know.
It's a bit more rounded, so it's a little bit more.
A little bit more, yeah. I do like the neck on this. I do highly recommend these. Do you still recommend yours?
I still recommend mine. Yes, that's a fantastic one.
Yeah.
Got another video of that coming up in a couple of days because I looked up how many guitars I've bought in 2021.
How many was it?
6. I don't think it was too bad. That's one every 2 months.
How many have I bought?
I'm only including ones that are kept and added to the collection, not including ones I've bought, played, or sold on or for sale. Although I think I might sell my Pantera.
I got
2 Blazers, 5GN.
3. When did I get that telly? That black telly?
That was this year. Must have been
4. What else did I get? I'm sure something else came in. What else came in?
Mind you, if you don't have it anymore, then it doesn't count because it's sold. That SG.
That SG, that yellow thing, that's right, that came and went, and what else came and went?
Oh, well,
I don't know.
That's what you pretty much swap for that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it 50 quid or something you had to pay extra to get that?
Yeah, just about, yeah. Unbelievable difference in guitars though.
We guy loved the Epiphone though. We guy loved the Epiphone.
It's an amazing guitar, but
not that level.
Well, no, it's a traditional, very traditional guitar with a very traditional neck and a very traditional setup.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a bit more modern.
Yeah. Is that a Super Strat? Yes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's the very epitome of a Super Strat.
Doesn't have a Floyd Rose, 24 frets.
The first
pointy headstock, surely all the
the first Super Strats did the missing one fret as well, and they only usually had one humbucker.
Right.
So what they used to do to them was put humbuckers in them instead of single coils.
Yeah.
That was your hot rod.
Yes.
Hotter Strat.
Hotter water.
So that's what this is, but with the splits.
Kind of does a.
Does Strat, does the kind of Gibson kind of sound.
Kind of basically gives you the same setup of sounds that come out of this, actually.
I don't know why more people
pretty much
haven't made more of it's not coil tapping,
coil splitting.
Coil splitting. I don't know why it's not been made more of a thing of through the years.
You start putting into an awful lot of Epiphones these days.
You've seen it now.
Push pull pots and stuff.
Push pull pots and stuff, but even the very thought of splitting the pickups, because that's how old
80, well 85 or something. Western when first
And it's
first,
always had the facility of coil splitting, which Gibsons didn't back in the day, neither did Fenders.
it seems so.
You had to add your own switch in.
It does seem a bit obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Even the single coil ones I've got, the two of them, are just like a single pickup, volume control, and a coil split switch. So they split as well. Don't they? I think it might be volume and tone actually. I don't think it's quite as sparse as.
That makes a difference. That switch is really good between on and off.
Between split and not split.
Split and not split is very
Oh,
obvious.
it's been plugged in.
It's very chimey, isn't it?
Your middle position, you get your sort of the middle position.
Yeah. That's a nice sounding amp as well though. Now that it's working properly. It's probably needing some new tubes. Did you put your amp in to have a look?
No, I did. I messaged Ollie though, and they said it's app here. I bought this PV, blah blah blah, at a price that was too good to be true, and I got it home and it turned out to be too good to be true. It's like it started making a funny noise after a few hours, and the valve went red hot. I could make toast off it. And he said that just sounds like a red plating valve, or a coupling transistors leaky or something like that. So to be honest, I think I'm just going to give it to him.
That's the problem.
I don't. The thing is, if I go and buy a valve, I don't know. They're not. It's not that cheap for a valve.
See, do you know that's one of the problems with valve amps that they don't tell you in shops, that there is a service element. There is a service element you can't own.
A danger of death service element.
You can't really own one and not have to have it serviced because the amps need biased and the amps.
Tubes.
Watts are hard. Tubes need biased, rebiased, and they need serviced quite yearly, would you say? Bi-yearly if you're not gigging. But
I bought my soft tech in.
Do not open a valve.
No, just don't.
Danger of death.
Danger.
So that's the problem with them.
Danger, actual death high voltage.
But they're very delicate. I mean, you can't bump it around, and there's a service element. So sometimes you're better off with, dare I say it, a solid state amp.
Well,
for gigging with, because they're a lot lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're playing anywhere above 90 decibels, I defy anybody to tell me what's what.
Yeah. Well, you can tell by looking at it.
You can tell by looking at
it.
They're
line 6.
Yeah, but if
you're
in
bad shape, we've not started playing yet.
Gig, and I mean, it's hard to tell. Do you know what I mean? If your amp's decent, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but valve amps.
You get you buy one that seems too good to be true, and it turns out to be too good to be true. That's how it works. I think.
This guitar's a lot louder than that. This one's louder than that. You'd expect that.
Didn't put the volume up full on that. But yeah, you would think so.
That sounds really bell-like here. It'll be compressed all over the place, won't it? I'm faking myself out, but not any of that. That's weird. I think it's my arms. I'm really impressed with the sound of that. That's carrying it off quite well as well.
The wee Blackstar, innit? Not a bass amp, just a guitar amp. I bought that for Civic, and the reason I'm thinking it came with an adapter thing on it, which works for my wee Blackstar Fly, but it turns out it doesn't actually work for my wee Blackstar Fly. So it's too handy to have to throw away. It's definitely better than that wee PV thing I brought up the other week.
That's great, actually. Yeah, that wee Blackstar amp. I think I showed that in a previous video. Yeah,
I did
it's
great.
I've been using it as a stereo element, and it's
an ID Core 2010. It's on somewhere. 10E2. But the thing I found it doesn't have an EQ on it. It's got like one knob, but with the knobs it kind of, without having to fidget about with it, all the gain sounds are all good. That's why I liked it. It wasn't any case of right, here we go, let's go in and program some good sounds. It's just kind of like clean, not as clean. wee bit dirty, quite dirty, heavy metal. It's like all of them sound fine.
I really liked the clean sounds that you got from that amp. It's a clean platform, it was really nice.
No,
It's part of a stereo out. I've got my modulation effects going out of my look. Yeah, so it's really nice and clean and lovely sounding. Matches the Valve amp, it's not that far away from it.
You see the wee PV, Vox I was playing to the other day?
That sounded great.
It sounded pretty. It's like when you. I figured it's got that YouTube thing in it. You can sort of tell, see when you turn it down. Well, maybe you would notice because you're the same way with your treble bleed things, which I do totally see the point of.
Good.
But it doesn't. Because I keep playing it a bit more when I'm in the house. It's like the difference between 10 and 9 is like a tonal shift.
Yeah.
So you can get clean and distorted just by hitting it harder, sort of thing. It didn't do that very well.
But with the treble bleed?
It doesn't do it as much with the treble. Well, it still does that a bit. That'll do.
I suppose it's how it's got your amp set. I do ride the volume control, that's why I have it.
Yeah.
So you've got the high end still there.
Yeah, whereas I need to be at full bung to get the full high end.
Yeah.
But it also does other things when you're up at the
It
top.
actually helps when you've got a distortion pedal on as well. It actually works quite well when you've got a treble bleed for that reason. Because when you're at a very low, it doesn't degrade it too much, it still sounds distorted and okay.
Yeah.
And that's it at a peak.
Yeah, there's a big which guitar I'm going to fit a treble bleed to. Also, I think I might need to change the pot in this. See the volume.
Merry Christmas.